Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Dear Black Girl episode 2. We'll be diving on how to stay committed to yourself. So before we dive into that, you guys by now should know that I love me some fresh eggs, and then normally on Saturday during summer I try to go to the farmer's market. So I'm just gonna show you what I got today, and I got these beautiful flowers. They're just making me so happy and making me smile and making me vibrant, even though outside is just extremely cloudy today. But I stay committed to getting myself flowers whenever I can, even if I just get some cheap flowers for $5, find a little pot and put it somewhere in my apartment, because that's one of the things that I stay committed to. Flowers make me smile. Their color make me feel so joyful and grateful for myself. And whenever I come to the living room and I have the flowers, they really bring some color to my life, and they just make me be like, wow, these flowers are beautiful. So let me show you why. So first of all, I have some berries. I just have some blueberries over here and some raspberries because I love to make myself some yogurt bowl in the morning here and there. So I love to just throw a couple of berries, sometimes peanut butter, sometimes cashew butter, just any type of nut butter, yogurt, of course, a little bit of granola. Like, I don't know, they're just so simple for breakfast. So I love when they're fresh because they just taste 10 times better. Second, I have some eggs. I love fresh eggs. Like, it's the main reason why I go to the farmer's market. I got there at 8:30, and by the time I was in line, there was already another 12 to 15 people behind me. They go by fast, and I got 2 carts. And now let me show you the beautiful flowers that I got. Aren't they so freaking pretty? Like, look at these carnations. They're so orange, they're so vibrant, and they're so beautiful. Like, they bring so much color to my living room, so much color to my life. Literally, when I saw these flowers at the farmer's market today, I could only smile. I could only smile because I love flowers, because they really teach me that in life you're gonna go through seasons. The same way that certain flowers only bloom once a year, that certain flowers only come in the summer. Our lives are like flowers. They bloom whenever they're supposed to bloom. And in the moment that we wait for them to bloom, we just must be patient and keep planting those seeds and waiting patiently for the results. So I love flowers. Let's get started with Dear Black Girl, how to commit to yourself. I'm gonna grab myself a cup of tea and go sit outside, so do yourself the same. Had myself a cup of tea, and now I am ready to jump on it. I have decided, as you have noticed, to do this video outside, so I apologize in advance if there's any background noise. I will do my best to remove any noises when I'm editing this video. But I am going to start by explaining why I talk so much about commitment, and how committing to myself and to the things that I desire so much really changed my life and made me a more confident woman as a Black woman. First, because the things that you focus more on and the things that you tend to commit more on will end up getting your attention and your energy. So if you are trying to work on yourself, if you are trying to get better at something, you need to commit. You can't simply just say, oh, I really want to do this, but then you are not putting in the effort. You are not doing it consistently. You can't expect change to happen if you are not doing anything consistently, if there's no repetition in it. This is the reality Everything that you really desire in your life will take effort, and that really starts with you. The things that you want for yourself, you want to see yourself improve when it comes to certain skills, when it comes to loving yourself, when it comes to showing up more for yourself. It starts with consistency. It starts with commitment. And again, when we talk about commitment, it doesn't mean that you always have to show up for yourself in the same way, that you always have to show up on 100, that if you didn't perform the same way you performed in the past, you're not doing your best. Like, no. The thing that matters is you showing up, is you being consistent, is you committing to the things and sharing yourself at the end of the day and being like, you know what? I did it. And that's one of the most important parts of commitment. And if you have a notebook with you, I really encourage, as I do this series of Dear Black Girl, to just, grab a little notebook, take a couple notes on things that you believe that you take from the video that are important, and just put into practice. Like, I don't want to just be putting these words out. I really want you to put it into practice. Start with the little details. You don't need to go so far. You don't need to start by glamorizing with the big things. Oh, I'm gonna buy this by the end of the year and this and that. No, just start with yourself. Just start with doing the little things for yourself. It starts with you. I would like you to make a list of 5 to 3 things that you have been wanting to do for yourself, but you simply can't commit, that you often find yourself procrastinating and just finding excuses of like, oh, I'm gonna start next year. Oh, I'm just gonna start towards the end of the year. I want you to make a list. Maybe is eating better, maybe is exercising more, maybe is making more time and space for self-care, maybe is putting yourself out there and going to this event that you always say you want to, but you haven't done. Or even just getting your driver's license. I have a friend that keeps saying that she's gonna get her driver's license, and she keeps pushing more and more and more. So this is one of the example of the things that it really starts with you. And I want you to be realistic. I want you to be honest with yourself. A lot of the times when it comes to commitment, we lie to ourselves so much, and that's why and what makes it harder to commit. Because we'll make this big list of commitment, and this list consists of hard things that we already looking at it, and it's like, we really want to achieve it. We really want to do these things consistently, but we are not keeping it real to ourselves. When you haven't been even showing up for yourself when it comes to exercise, and the alarm will go off and you're just like, I'm just gonna sleep a little bit more. So keep it real to yourself. If you haven't been very consistent, do a very small number. Maybe start with twice a week. Be consistent and commit to moving your body twice a week. Again, I'm giving these examples because I love to exercise. So for me, giving an example such as exercising is just, let me just start by twice a week. And if in a month you can commit to exercising twice a week, that's a win. You don't need to start committing by starting by the hardest things. And a lot of times I think that's where we fail. We start by step 7 instead of just starting by step 2. Be honest with yourself. So from this small list of 3 to 5 things that you have been really wanting to commit and you just keep procrastinating, pick one. Pick one thing that you think that by being honest to yourself, you can really go ahead and do that. Because again, it starts with you. So you pick that one thing and then you'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna commit to doing this at least once or twice a week. Keep it honest to yourself. Look to your calendar and think, when can I really squeeze in these times for these things that I want to do? Start with a small commitment. And over time, and when you find yourself doing that one thing for over 1 month and a half at least, now you can extend it and commit it for a longer period of time. Keep your word, bet on yourself. So now that you have made a list of the things that you really want to commit to and you have been honest to yourself, here is how I'm gonna make this happen, and here is what is possible. You take the next step and you go ahead and keep your word to yourself. To every time that you say you will do something and you actually do, you are proving to yourself and you're proving to your brain that you can do the things. And again, everything is a repetition. Everything that we do is like we are teaching to ourselves and we are teaching to our brains that we can actually do this. So when you say you're gonna do something, go ahead and do it, my dear. Let go of your phone. This is something that I have been repeating to myself because in this era, we can't deny that one of our biggest distractions is social media. And I have been really trying to be really mindful to what I consume and the things that I allow to get into my mind and into my brain. At the end of the day, you really need to keep your word. You need to promise to yourself that you will do the things that you say you will do. You know, like I want to start making my bed every morning. And then you wake up and the first thing you do is, oh, I'll do it later. And you come back later, you're not going to do it. You know damn well you're not going to do it. So why did you say you were going to do it? So just do it in the moment and keep your word. For example, I found myself sometimes pushing things that I'm supposed to do even with work, and then I will feel so bad that I'm replying to this email super late, or the person needs to circle back and then be like, hey, Tamazia, where's that one thing you said you get back to me today? And then I'm like, damn it, I told this person that I would deliver this thing today and I did not. Why? Because I was procrastinating and I let that person down. Again, I realized that I was doing that because I was not keeping my words with myself. I would say that I'm gonna start working on this project, that I am supposed to deliver this project today, and I did not keep my word. And automatically, I am not keeping my word with myself. I am not keeping my word with others. There is a connection in everything that you do to yourself. It is really a mirror and will translate to what you are doing with others and for others. It's a cycle. Again, when you do these things and you find yourself in a new cycle, now you're gonna be so happy and so proud of yourself. And I think that that's probably one of my favorite parts, because you need to celebrate yourself. If for 2 weeks or even 1 week, you could commit to the things that you said you would do, congratulate yourself and be like, wow, I did better this week than I have done in the past, where I would just say I would just do these things that I never did. And that really matters because you are acknowledging your efforts, you are acknowledging the things that you do, and a lot of times that's really the little thing that will boost your confidence and your motivation to just be like, you know what? I did it last week and it made me feel good, and I'm gonna keep going because I'm little by little proving to myself that I can do these things. So it is all a cycle. You will commit to yourself, you do the things that you promise to yourself you would do, and you are keeping your word. Again, you are teaching to your brain and you are teaching to yourself that you can do these things. And in the long term, you do become more confident because you're like, wow, I came out of the place where I could not even commit to the things, I could not even make things happen. And now I am in this place where I can actually make them. The process of commitment, the process of saying and doing the things make you more proud of yourself. They make you more happy. So if you were wondering, like, you know, since this series is about confidence and loving yourself more, if you were wondering, but how can commitment help me love myself more? My dear, it will. Because you are committing to yourself. And the moment you start committing to yourself, you are already ahead in the journey. You are already doing little things. I remember when I had very low self-esteem and I would hate taking pictures of my full face. Trust me. Along the journey, I was like, you know what? I need to stop. I'm literally growing, and in that process of accepting myself and loving myself, I learned that if I want to let go of the fear of how people perceive me, if I want to let go of the fear of posting these photos of my full face, which today, when I think about it, it's crazy that I used to be ashamed of my face, technically. Today, when I look at that, you know what really, really helped me? Repetition. I got out of my comfort zone and I was like, you know what? I am gonna post a picture and I don't care. Because a lot of the times when we are in this process, we tend to just be impatient with ourselves. Oh, but I have been doing this for 2 weeks and I'm not seeing no results. Yeah, because you are focused in the results instead of just focusing in the process, in the commitment, in the efforts that you're putting, in being grateful for everything that you have been doing and giving yourself grace. So that's all I have for you today. Before I go, I really wanted to share something that I wrote recently on Substack that goes back to what I have shared on this video. So give me just a second. Okay. The process of becoming is frustrating and sometimes unfair. What do you mean I have to do the work and just wait for my flower seed to bloom? But that's where faith and trusting the process come into play. We have become so used to immediate results that anything taking longer feels impossible. In between fighting the voices in your head and the overwhelming urge to become, you have to keep watering those seeds and build a system to continue. In the moments of self-doubt, just do it anyway. In the moments of sadness, just do it anyway. In the moments of feeling lost, just do it anyway. And of course, you can check out this piece on Substack, and it was honestly a lover, and I hope you enjoyed too. Bye. See you next time.